one of two given requirements. This will give you the ability to choose your preferred criteria and then accomplish it playing the most suitable ship you have. You can also track your progress in combat missions via a separate window, and their display in the post-battle statistics is now more detailed and clear. The Armory has also been updated and now has a more functional and convenient interface. For example, you now have the ability to preview any available ships and camouflages in this section of the game. Let's move from the updated game sections to other important news. Changes to the Soviet cruiser branch. Starting from update 0.9.5, Moskva is being removed from the tech tree and will receive a special status. Tier 5 Kirov is also leaving the tech tree to become a premium ship. In update 0.9.5, these ships will appear in your port with their new statuses if you research them at least once while progressing through the branch. It doesn't matter if you haven't purchased Moskva or Kirov, or if you reset the entire branch, for example. Two newcomers will take their vacant spots in the Soviet branch: Cruiser Kotovsky at Tier 5 and Cruiser Alexander Nevsky at Tier 10. Moskva and Kirov are moving to the Ships for Resources section of the Armory. Kirov will be available for 43,000 coal, and Moskva for 244,000 coal. And it's not just Soviet cruisers you'll find in the Armory. You should also expect some other interesting newcomers. The proud owner of 510mm guns, Japanese battleship Shikishima will be available in exchange for steel. Tier 9 German heavy cruiser Siegfried for research points. In addition to those ships, players will also have a chance to take command of another German heavy cruiser, Tier 9 Aegir. She can be purchased either from the premium shop or researched in the German tech tree in exchange for free XP. On to other news. Update 0.9.5 has something in store for enthusiasts of competitive game modes. Another ranked sprint awaits those who dare. It will be fought in an 8 vs 8 format, playing Tier 8 ships. The available rewards include coal, credits, and a considerable number of signals. Clan members are invited to participate in 2 clan brawls. The first will be held in a 3 vs 3 format, playing Tier 10 ships. In the second, you'll be able to take your Tier 8 ships out to clash in 4 vs 4 battles. You can expect some nice rewards and choose a prime time that's convenient for your clan. The visual component of the game has been further improved in this update. Repost, Operation Killer Whale, Defense of Naval Station Newport, Nare, and Raptor Rescue now use a new lighting model. We've also improved the looks of such ports as Dunkirk, Kronstadt, and the Designer's Table. On the Sleeping Giant map, the height and location of the islands on one of the attack directions have been changed. On the Greece map, a mound has appeared on an island within Key Area A that will prevent the situation where ships from one team get detected faster than their opponents. In this video, I've told you only about the main changes and new features of Update 0.9.5. Visit our official website to find detailed information about the update. My name is Dasha Pedova, and I wish you countless victories and a great summer spirit. Until next time, Captains.
Меня зовут Даша Перлова. Приглашаю вас на верфь... Еще раз. 23-й дубль. 47-й. Ранговый спринт.
Hello everybody and welcome to the English part of the update stream. And well, I hope that some of the Germans stuck around and that those of you who were waiting for this and were really confused about why are the guys talking in German, well, you know, it's our European update stream, so we do always 2 hours of German presentation of the update and then we'll switch to English. So yeah, I'm completely alone today. I didn't want to have others here with me because they're so annoying. No, obviously we have some guests here, and today with a bit of a different setup. So we have not only my other twin, Mr. Conway. No, we also have the mighty Tuccy here.
Sent to the naughty corner.
Yes, sent to the naughty corner. He was a naughty boy last week, so he has to be in the naughty corner. And Mr. Conway.
I get to sit on the comfy chair.
Yes,
Yes, our girl.
Life
I was
goal. Life goal unlocked.
He always gets the chance to do this, and I'm Tuccy, and I just thought it would be fantastic if I could also have the experience of just focusing on you guys and not having the pressure of having to perform.
It's not that I get the chance. You always send me to the comfy chair, and I like it's a terrible suffering. But I sacrifice myself every week.
Yes, he has to sit in that very, very look just how uncomfy that chair looks like.
Oh,
right?
it's really it's like life in the living room is it's hard.
Oh, and Wardog says, "Oh, the twins are online. I forgot the German stream." We'll forgive you for today.
And Reverend Bunny agrees with me. Some people do have trouble performing while people are watching.
Reverend Bunny is a nice comment. Some people do have trouble performing while people are watching.
Mr. Conway just tweeted.
Oh, sorry.
I have deja vu. I literally just read that out.
Okay.
But I'm glad that I'm not the only one.
Good. It definitely catches your eye, right?
Yes.
So, update 0.9.5 brings a lot of new things, but since I see it in chat right now, we obviously want to get your feedback. So we put a survey up, just as for the last updates, where you can give us your feedback about the current update. So if you want to participate, you can just take a look at chat. It will pop up there every once in a while, and you can just let us know what you think about the update. Reckless says, I want that pillow behind Tuccy. Tuccy, show us that pillow behind you. That's.
You mean this pillow?
Yes, the anchor pillow. Yes.
We have a lot of pillows, but we also have
we do.
the Wheel of Misfortune here on the other side.
Have we seen Flamu's new 100k YouTube video yet? I haven't. The only thing I did is give him a budget to give away a lot of ships, a lot of ships, to celebrate the 100k. But otherwise, this is update.
What makes this video so special? I want to know now. I'm going to watch it, but now I'm curious.
Yes.
Tell me, chat.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Conway, how does it feel to sit over there?
Actually, can I just say, right? Can I just say that this feels like a very luxurious way to spend an evening at work. I can tell.
It definitely is.
I can tell why Tuccy likes it so much.
Yes.
Cheers, chat.
Cheers. Hard races, when you get a Twitch mission with the new UI update, it does not label the mission as Twitch mission, so it's hard to tell which one it is. That is true, but it will, first of all, you have the info on the Twitch Drops publication of what it is, and you can just find it in the combat mission update. And you will always get you always get like a little pop-up, right, when you get the Twitch Drop in-game that, hey, you just got a new mission, then you will see, okay, it's the new one that was added. Please give us some feedback about this as well, because we were also not 100% sure, like, how does it work with the Twitch Drop, so you guys, whether it's going to be clear which mission is the Twitch mission. So please share some feedback over the next few weeks, and we'll see if we need to make any improvements. ADK says, enjoy it, Mr. Conway. You're going to the coal mines tomorrow.
I really like this, and chat, you have to realize, right? So I've got YouTube here on the laptop, right, and up there is like a 65-inch TV with Twitch chat. So this is a luxurious experience.
Yes. It's quite a luxurious, setup.
By the way, there was a comment here on YouTube from Malacrux who says, please do something with the dispersion to Aegir and Odin, and why did Odin lose 10,000 HP before it was out of the main game? So guys, you have to remember that we have to balance the ships to make them balanced. And Odin was too strong and it was too tanky. With the hit points, it's got really, really amazing armor layout. And with the extra HP, it was too powerful. And I honestly think dispersion on Aegir and Odin is fine. We just played them and we had lots of fun.
I think there's now a consplaining of things.
Oh, what? Consplaining?
Yes.
Yes.
Why to balance? Because we need to balance.
It's a tautology.
Great, yes. So, guys, we'll talk you through the update. I'll try to keep it as short as possible because I know a lot of you already read the patch notes, but some of you didn't. And based on the questions we got during the German stream, I think it cannot hurt to talk you a bit through the update to make sure that we're all on the same page what's coming in this update. Yep. So I'll just show it to you here in the browser, and you will only see me, but you will listen to the other guys.
One second, there was a question for Aino Morgoth who was asking what's in the Warhammer containers. There's no way to find out. So actually, if you
there is blood for the blood god.
Thank you, Tucky. If you want to know what's in the containers, it's really easy. You can go to the publication where we announced our Warhammer collaboration pre-sale, and in there you will find details to everything that can get dropped from them. But essentially, it's pretty much all of the Warhammer content.
Yes. Depending on how lucky you get.
Yes, and of course, the Imperial containers drop Imperial content, and the Chaos containers drop Chaos content.
Grimoria says game or updating, I guess game updating and website not loading, several reports and Discord. Any advice? Ooh, I would say reset your internet connection just in case, and try different browsers. If the updating of the game is not working, please send us a customer support ticket, and maybe we can figure out what's going on. Might be something in between you and our servers that is derping. And hello, Jam Dearest, by the way. Panama Z28 is super hyped, apparently, in all caps. Good morning, World of Warships live stream. And, well, good morning to you too. For us, it's actually quite in the evening. It's like 6:13 here. And you can tell us, chat, what time it is at your place, because I know you are tuning in from a lot of different places.
Oh, and hello, Jam Dearest. One of our community contributors. Give her a follow. Nice to see you.
Yes. Dasha is hot. Thank you for that comment.
Quality comment right there.
Yes.
Not at all smelling of neckbeard.
So, Dockyard. One of the obviously main features of update 0.9.5 is the Dockyard. You know it from December, but we made a lot of improvements to make sure that this feature, is taking on board all of the feedback that you shared with us back then. And so we made several improvements to this. But what can you get? In that Dockyard is, first of all, you can get the Admiral Graf Spee, which is a tier 6 a special German cruiser with interesting guns, 283mm guns that you won't be having on any other cruiser except for the Shanos, which is obviously a battleship. And you have the chance to get a discount on the Odin, which is a tier 8 German battleship. So you will be able to drop the price down to 3,500 doubloons if you do all of the directives in the Dockyard or around the Dockyard, and then be able to get that ship. What did we change? So first of all, the Dockyard in December was only spanning over one update, but now the Dockyard is going to be spanning over 2 updates. This update 0.9.5 and the next update 0.9.6. We significantly simplified the whole approach. Instead of like having points accumulating and points ongoing per second and so on, we said, okay, we'll just simplify it. It's going to be 20 shipbuilding phases. 18 of those shipbuilding phases can be completed by just doing missions through the directives. And 2 of these will have to be completed with doubloons. Each of those are worth 1,750 doubloons. And it's up to you to decide whether you want to get the Odin or not. If you don't want to get the Odin, you can still take all of the rewards that are given out with this event. And then just take the Graf Spee and have some fun with that ship. The Graf Spee is coming with a special camouflage, the War Paint camouflage, which is a permanent one. You can see it up here. We can also take a look at it in-game and check it out. If you already have the ship, you will get a credit compensation plus the port slot, plus that camo, plus the commander. And yeah, that's for reaching phase 10. And for reaching phase 20, you will get the Odin. We got a lot of questions about these 2 shipbuilding phases that you need to buy. Do they have to be the last ones? It doesn't matter. It's very basic concept. In total, there are 20 shipbuilding phases. 2 of them have to be bought if you want to get Odin. When, how you want to do this, absolutely up to you. Can be in the beginning, can be in the middle, can be at the very end. And if you, for example, go for the early stage package, then you get 8 stages, and that will definitely count towards that, right? So then you only have 12 left to do. Odin itself and all of the different aspects can be found here in this publication, if you click on read more, you will have an entire article dedicated to this event, how to do it. It's quite simplified. You have all of the event rules here. You can see the camouflage a bit more in detail. The directives, as usual, they are now in a new UI for the missions tab, but they unlock the same way as they did before. First of all, you will have to complete the directive to unlock the next one, but they're also time locked, and you can see the full schedule here. And the rewards are listed ranging from coal to premium days to gift containers to camouflages, and at the very end obviously await the ships at stage 10 and stage 20 for Odin. And yeah, so that's obviously main feature for this update, but we made some improvements that we wanted to showcase to you as well. So first of all, we have the updated combat missions, and we'll show that to you in the game. I just wanted to say there are three main aspects to this before we go in-game. First of all, our previous system was very cluttered and things were to be found in various parts of the game. So we wanted to just unify it, have it in one place where you can find everything. We wanted to have the option to create missions that have the option to have like an or possibility when you say, okay, I don't know, like that specific mission design isn't really catering to you. There is a second set of parameters that you can fulfill. Let's say there's a mission that is, say, I don't know, like get 5 wins in PvP, and you're not a PvP player, you would like to be able to do it in co-op. There might be a mission that is then called, hey, win 10 battles in co-op, and you still get the same reward, which is something we'll see, for example, with Twitch drops in the next update, where we're going to use this quite often. And at the post-battle screen, the details, you will also find a much better listing of all of the missions that you're currently progressing in, and the rewards are easily accessible because you can just hover over the mission and you will see what you got. And then we have the Armory update with a rework of the Armory and a new functionality, because you can now preview ships and camouflages before purchasing. And we'll actually check this out in the game. Let me just open this up. And let's go through the Dockyard first, guys. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna look. If you want to concentrate, I can throw you some questions about it, or we can answer some.
Yes. So I will just present it a bit, and obviously we'll play the video here in the beginning. This is the amazing.
It is really quite beautiful.
Dockyard, where you will find 2 ships being constructed at the same time. It's the Odin and the Graf Spee. So, and here, first time I'm entering this today. So you see, okay, you have the Dockyard. You can get Admiral Graf Spee and Odin.
You had to hold yourself a lot, right?
Yes, I had to.
Throughout the day, he was like on the needles. Like
I really wanted to already get my Odin, so I had to wait for this stream. As you can see, phases are sequential, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 up until 20. You see the rewards for each of these steps. Like for, I don't know, if you have stage number 7, the phase completed, you get 10,000 free XP, or here you get 3 days of premium time, 3 gift containers, and then here at stage 10 is Admiral Graf Spee, and at the very end will be Odin at phase 20. Cool. So this is something that we had a lot of discussions about in the German stream. This is the starter pack. And this is the important aspect here. It's only available until phase 1 is complete. That means, so I'll have to jump out of this to show you what this means, right? So I'll just close this for now. We have this new combat mission overview. You will see it's loading now. You have the recurring missions, which is, for example, daily missions. Or if there are challenges, it will be found here. And you have the usual daily missions, which now, pay attention, contain 2 times 20 steel, 1 batch of 20 steel for completing all of the daily missions in 1 day. And there is also another set of 20 steel for completing the 5th mission, which is win battles and earn 1200 base XP. For the Dockyard, you will have all of your missions in here. It's basically the old directives now in to be found in this specific menu. Each directive is one of these tabs, and the missions can be found in here. And you see here, these are the shipbuilding phases. You get 1 for completing the directive, and there are 2 phases located. That's what I meant. Located in one of the missions here, right? So one in that, one in that. You will have the same setup, for example, for the second set. You have one for completing the directives, and then one for this mission and one for that mission. So that means 6 directives. Each of the directives hold 3 phases, so in total 18 phases you can get. And as you can see here, you only need to do 7 out of the, I think here it's 10 missions in total that you can do, and you only have to do 7. So you get to pick what you want to do. And as you can see, I played a bit today and I'm on a good way already through it.
There is a question, why can't we complete Dockyard missions by playing scenarios? Why do you hate us? We don't hate you, and actually if you return to the directives...
Oh, you want me to... Sorry. It will take a minute to get back.
Yeah.
Panzer
Okay.
70... Okay, you go ahead first.
I misclicked. So, what was the problem? The mission conditions?
Yes.
So what was his problem? Co-op battles or
Scenarios.
scenarios? Okay.
Yeah. So if you scroll down here, you see that some missions actually are doable in scenarios.
Yes.
You have often like option between like more demanding type of mission versus easier but restricted to some longer grind. But in general, most of the missions do not allow scenarios because basically that would make them kind of unbalanced. So we would, for example, have to make them harder overall to get to the right amount of battles, and that then would make them less comfortable for randoms and especially for co-op. So it's all a balancing act.
Exactly. And you just have to keep in mind is like we try to make these missions, accessible through most parts of the game. And we try to incorporate co-op, for example, significantly more than we had in the past. But overall, as Tuccy said, it's a balancing effort. And also you have to keep in mind that scenarios are significantly less popular than co-op or PvP, like by a lot. So unfortunately, like we try to, give you also the option to do certain missions also in scenarios, but the overwhelming missions will be focused on, the big game modes, which is usually PvP focused stuff and co-op. So I'm going back to the Dockyard. So how does all of this work? So first of all, you have the Odin being constructed over here in the port. It will be a live construction, and here in the back you have the Admiral Graf Spee that will be constructed here. And I will now just buy this starter pack, so I don't lose my chance to do this with completing one of the missions. So you saw where you can find the phases, right? And you can only purchase this before you do phase number 1. So it's not time locked, but it's progress locked, okay? So we'll now just buy it. Okay, thank you. There's a bit of an explanation here. And now you will see, okay, there's construction going on, and then the first steps of construction are going on here. You can actually, hover, you can scroll in if you want to get a better look at things. And if you want to know, like, what the hell is actually going on here, if you want to have a little bit of a description, what's going on, you can click on this button here, and it will show you, okay, what are we going to do here? So we were in phase 1 and 2 now with installation of the main Earth warship and the longitudinal bulkheads, and next will be installation of the frame side sections and torpedo protection bulkheads. And it's really interesting to see how a ship is, constructed in general, and what's actually inside of these big beasts made out of steel.
Yeah, props to our team for putting that together.
Yes.
We have a couple of questions in the meantime. Progressive33 is asking, when can we expect new collections and campaigns? So we did just add a new campaign with European destroyers, and I think we're going to wait for a lot of people to complete that, and for that maybe to run out before we think about adding new ones. As for collections, maybe you can see some new ones with some new ship lines that are coming out. You'll have to wait and see, but there'll definitely be more.
I have to say that now as the construction continues and the ship gets the turtleback armor, it looks at this face like one of those like early ironclads.
Yeah, that's true. Koom is saying, we need a new merch shop for Europe. So Koom, we are actually, I am actually working on something that hopefully we'll be able to show you soon. To at least let you get some things. with warship stuff on because it's awesome.
But I have to say, isn't this sexy? Like
Yes.
watching a ship being assembled is so satisfying.
Is really quite nice.
Is it possible to rewatch the construction phases, Ustadi? Yes. If you take a look at this upper line here, you see that play button, and that means you can watch the shipbuilding process from the beginning. So you just click it, and you can do this also if you're done with constructing the Odin. You can just click that afterwards, and you will see the full video of the construction.
Yeah. Peter Rum is asking, did you change anything in EGE in the last 3 months? We actually changed a lot, and I would recommend you go and have a look at one of the reviews that our community contributors did within the last week, where they will have had the latest version and time to test her extensively, so they should be able to give you a good idea of what she's capable of. I like her. Chrysanthus loves her.
Yes, we had already quite some fun with her on the German stream. And Ragnar was asking, if you buy the starter package, it zoomed out. So if you do buy the starter package, will you only get the 450 steel for the first directives, or starting when you reach stage 18? No, the way it works is you have your phases collected now with buying, that aspect, right? You bought 8 shipbuilding phases. Now, if you don't buy anything else and you just progress through the directives, each new phase will just be added on top of this, right? So you will progress, let's say with the next phase, you will be moving from 8 to 9, then from 9 to 10 and so on, until you reach level 20. And once you reach level 20, each additional phase you unlock through missions, you will get 250 steel. So if you now bought 8, and you will complete all directives, all missions that contain these shipbuilding phases, you will get, 6 times 250 steel. So 1,500, if my math is not completely off. And that is true for like all directives. If you want to, you can just say, okay, I complete everything with the balloons. If you wanted to, right, you could just say, hey, I don't know, complete the additional 12 that I needed. So I could do this right now. I'll leave it up to you, Chad, whether you want me to click that button or not. And that would mean that, first of all, we get the Odin. And except for the 2 additional, you have to deduct two phases, right? Because we needed them to complete the ship. Each phase that we're completing now will give us 250 steel. So it will be in total up to 4,500.
I will just quickly interject because there was a person, sorry, I forgot the nickname, but who was complaining that he cannot get into the dockyard. So there is an issue, and we have actually a fix. So I will be sharing it now in the chat. I will spam it a few times so that it's definitely visible.
I think I'm triggering chat by not clicking the yes button. Chrysanthus, if you click that button, I will call you. Wait, now the spam is real. You will call me what? A whale from now until eternity. ADK, that's okay.
We all know it about you. Like it's
true. I do own pretty much all of the stuff available in this game. Okay, so and you have this information here. Each completed phase gives you 250 steel once you have built the Odin. So any stage after this will give you 250 steel. And as you know, there are 18 in total that you can do through the directives.
Wow,
so, okay.
Wow, you are so poor suddenly.
I am mega poor. I'm mega poor.
No sympathy for the poor. So that means you won't even be able to buy the special camouflages for EG and Odin?
Not yet, no. Not yet. I spent most of my doubloons on Soviet bundles and now on the Odin.
Yes.
So now we reached phase number 10, which means we get the beautiful Admiral Graf
share
Spee.
the Dockyard fix also on YouTube.
I have to say the sequences that
this is so pretty, really. Like our art team is just absolutely amazing. I cannot emphasize that enough, guys, and I hope you agree. So we collected the Graf Spee. I already have the Graf Spee, which means I now got my compensation, as you can see, plus the camouflage and a slot. And the compensation is 7,050,000 credits. I got the flag and, of course, the other stuff. Soon, TM, we will actually move the ship somewhere else.
Yes.
It's very pretty, and you can see that, okay, we're now in stage 13, which means, the dock is flooded. And
Peterum, he said he is mega poor. Somebody misunderstood you, and I was just clarifying. He said mega.
Yes. Mega, not the other word.
Jos Bitward says, thank you for the pocket battleship. Our pleasure. I hope you enjoyed. Any gift here, is Tankery asking. Well, Tankery Twitch drops active all the time, so you can get your Twitch containers, Twitch missions, and if you get lucky, the ship for this update cycle for Twitch drops is the Oktyabrskaya Revolucja.
Oh, the orc ship.
I want to quickly clarify something. So Ibertrand is saying, guess you can't answer my question. So guys, you have to remember there are a limited amount of us and many, many, many more of you and a lot of questions, right? And we can't address each and every single question that you have. It's just not possible. But if you have a question that wasn't answered, feel free to wait a little bit of time and just post it again. Complaining that we haven't answered the question doesn't help us because help you or us because we don't know what the question was because so just you have to be a bit patient with us. It's very hard to keep up with all of stream.
There's some
Also
golden
remember,
comments
if we
in
are
chat.
in the middle of, for example, explaining something or in the middle of battle, we might not have the time to actually answer the question right there, right then. So.
Yes.
Yeah. And Shonak is saying, wait, are you not compensated doubloons for owning Graf Spee? No. If you have Graf Spee, you will get the special camouflage, you'll get credit compensation, you'll get a captain, and you'll get a port slot. But you will not get doubloons, especially for Graf Spee. That was available to some people before by playing. It's not something we can or want to give doubloon compensation for.
Jeffro Gray is asking, and he's not alone, when will we be able to claim the spring season public test rewards? You will not need to claim them. They will be credited to your account basically as soon as the data guys finish digging through the player lists.
Do you have a date already? No, you don't know yet.
No.
Okay.
Soon,
We'll
but
let you know in the forums.
It will be soon TM.
Soon TM.
Should be soon TM, yes. So just I saw some funny comments like Anarchy Tommy saying, is there now a charity event for Chrysanthus? No,
Well,
please
like
use your money. Honestly, please send me gifts. Please use your money to either buy something nice for yourself, for one of your friends in game, or donate it to a proper charity. Please don't do this. And Blue Andy says, Chrysanthus is Franke, kein Schwabe, which is quite funny for any German because I know exactly what it means.
What are you?
So there's a specific area in Germany that is known
you don't want to know,
for.
Tucky. It's like Alischland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they are very careful about where they spend their money, so they rather save it up like.
So there's a question. Question from Just Jinka. What's the chance of getting one of the Warhammer ships from the containers? So we can't tell you the exact chance, and I also actually don't know. But it's not a big chance to get the ships from there. The ships will be available later when the collaboration kicks off properly.
Jethro, also please don't send food to Chrysanthus. Like I had enough. I had enough.
And since we went basically over all the features of the update, I'll spam a few times the link for the survey, and please fill in the survey. Let us know what you think. You can find it also on Discord, but this is...
One thing I wanted to show you guys before we jump into battle is the aspect of the new Armory. So the Armory has the same functionality, right? You can go in there, you can spend your resources, like for example, as you can see, my amazing 440 doubloons or my 440,000 coal. You can decide what you want to spend it on, right? You have the event currencies like the Soviet tokens, the submarine tokens, which will actually be turned into credits afterwards if you're still collecting some. You have a wallet with a nice overview of what your resources are, so the permanent resources, right, and the temporary resources. And there's a new feature I wanted to show you, which is a preview functionality. So first of all,
amazing.
You can do this with ships. So let's say, for example, Shikishima. If you're interested in getting that ship, which was just added with the update, you can say, hey, this is the Shikishima. Looks nice, but what are the actual stats of the ship? You can go in here and you can check out all of this. You can find all of the information. You can take a look at the armor pattern and so on, and find all of the information that you want. That is true for all of the ships that are available through the Armory. You just click on it and you click on more information. And additionally, this is also possible for camouflages. I'm going to show this to you for one of the sexiest things made also by our art department for camouflages. I know it's very expensive in steel, but I'll show you how amazing it looks. If my UI lets me actually.
I think I'm going to have to do it. I actually have enough steel. I know it's stupid, but also I love my Yamato.
Look at this beauty, right? So you can actually look at the camouflages actually from all angles.
But hide the interface. Give us the.
I would like to, but the game isn't letting me do it right now. It's I cannot right now.
You can't right click?
What do you think what I mean with I can't do it right now? It's not working right now. But it might just be an Armory issue. Maybe it works for you, Tuccy. Can you check? Because it worked previously, but right now I cannot right click and move it. Might just be an issue with the Armory right now.
Oh, wait.
Yes,
So
but
we have another question here on YouTube from Drew Long, who's asking, if you buy the starter pack, does that allow you to earn steel on those first 8 missions? Or do you have to complete all the way to the Odin to get the steel? So, Drew Long, you get steel only for each shipbuilding phase that you complete after you've already unlocked Odin. So, if you buy the starter pack, that means you get 8 of the phases. If you complete all of the missions, means you can get 6 times 250 steel as compensation for that.
Yeah, I'll show this to you actually in the Dockyard. But with the camouflages, apparently there's an issue with the Army right now that won't let you do the 360, but it's definitely possible because we tried it already in the German stream. So it might just be a temporary issue. So we collect the rewards, right? But you can see this here. If you continue to complete phases by progressing through directives after you have built Odin, so that means you have to progress to stage 20, and only after that, each of the additional phases you complete will give you 250 steel. So, once you get to Odin, each new phase is literally steel. Cool, so I hope you like this. If you are wondering where you're going to be able to find the Twitch mission, the new Twitch missions will be located in this tab under Combat. And for example, the mission for today is, for this week, is this one. Help your team cause 100,050 KHP of damage upon your spotting. And you can do this, as you can see, in co-op, in scenarios, and in random battles with a destroyer. So that's the first mission. Where to find all of the other information? Actually, let me bring this up quickly. Give me a second, because this is something that should be interesting for you since you're here today and you probably want to know what's happening with streams in the future and where can I find the information of...
Darty is the one complaining about the impossibility to access the Dockyard, but I cannot actually tag him. So I'll just spam again a link to the fix for the problems with Dockyard, just so that you can try and fix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry, if you are not from EU, I mean the file in there should still work for you, but you will find the same topic also on your regional forum.
Yes.
Can I ask one more question here from Win Harder, who's asking, if you don't use your shipbuilding token, can you just get steel at the end of the event? Win Harder, this is not how it works. You don't have to spend your tokens. There are, in fact, no tokens. Each time you complete a mission that gives you a shipbuilding phase, that phase is just immediately there. We've tried to simplify the whole thing and make it a bit more streamlined.
Indeed. So I just want to stop talking and start playing the game. So I'll just quickly go through the Twitch publication. So as with every update, Twitch drops back, right, with this stream. You can earn up to 5 Twitch containers. We have special rare camouflages as usual in the missions. And this is the epic drop for this month, Oktyabrskaya Revolucja. How to, how do Twitch drops work and so on. Everything is going to be explained in the links here, right, under instructions. But you can find all of the missions in here. It's going to be 4 missions for this update. And down here, you will find something that should be very interesting to you, our official stream schedule. If you click on this, it will lead you to our official stream schedule, which is going to be always updated for the next 2 months. You can see, okay, we're today right on the German-English update special. Tomorrow we'll have our regular update stream for our Russian server. Then we have the North American team, and then we have the European streams. And you can easily find in your local time when the next stream is going to be happening. You can see this is already mapped out until beginning of July, and soon we'll be adding the July dates as well. So I hope this is going to be helpful for you. And this is also accessible on Twitch. If you type into chat !schedule, it will give you the link to this page. So I hope this helps with the questions we had recently about, oh, when is what stream happening and when can I find, I don't know, the French stream or the American stream. This is the place. And with that, we can actually play the game. And chat, the question is, what are we going to play? You will have to tell us.
Vasil is asking, what happened to Polar Stream? Vasil, we put all of our regional streams on hold for the meantime due to the corona crisis, but they will be coming back. Polar Streams, however, will be off for a while longer because our dear Mr. Lumberjack has moved on to some other duties internally, and yeah, he's just
exactly. So we're going to have a new Polish community manager who's going to be starting soon, TM. But that's why we currently don't have a Polish stream. But it will be back in the future.
It will be back, and I think you will also from time to time be able to see Mr. Lumberjack.
This sounds interesting.
Yes.
CFT is asking, did the CIS stream team already reach out to you about the challenge to a duel? They did?
Oh.
They did. It's an idea they had, and I think this is coming from when was it? The 2018 anniversary of World of Warships, when we had the anniversary stream, and the EU team was playing against the other regional teams of NA and CIS, and I'll just have to say it, we won.
Yes,
and
we did.
I think there might still be some hard feelings about this. So I think the CIS team would like to get back at us and beat us.
The good thing is that we have Chrysanthos, we have Teekanne, and we have the Sailing Robin.
Yes.
So we have quite a hard core of
it'll be
ultra
interesting.
unicorns.
Yes. No, I love this, and the competitive things are always great to have. But I'm not sure when we're going to make this happen. But it would be fun.
Peter Rum's asking, what happened with Lumberjack and for how long? Well, Lumberjack had something really horrible happen to him. He got promoted permanently.
Yes.
So,
Conway, I'm not ignoring you, Conflict.
It's that asking, signing in each day, we're still getting sub-tokens. Could you please confirm, will we get credits for any unused? Yes, they will be compensated with credits. I'm not 100% sure whether it's going to be the usual 15k, but it should be. Yes. I'm sure we can confirm internally. Do you only get the Odin's flag if you buy all of the stages? No, the Odin flag you should be able to get just by unlocking the Odin, as far as I know. No, Mr. Conway has to be involved for balance. That's true, Karamba, that's true. We'll make sure.
Yes. Phantom78 is suggesting do a countdown into battle so people can try and stream snipe.
Sure, we can do that. I don't mind, but the question is, what are we going to play, chat? Chat, give me
I think
me
you have to play Odin.
First,
Odin,
okay. Establish division.
Okay, I need to invite the Tuccy.
Yes.
So guys,
Thank you.
I will do the countdown for the guys in Twitch chat. Unfortunately, I can't do it on YouTube at the same time, gentlemen.
What seems to have worked best for us in the Czech streams is actually doing the countdown in the port chat, because then it's really in sync with us in the general channel.
Okay, then you have to handle that, Tuccy, because I'm not in game.
So sorry, I have a bazillion chat windows open, and the first match I'm actually going to play with Mr. Holzbeincheck, because he actually came to the streaming room to make sure he's going to be included.
Yes.
In the first division. He's one of our team members, and then I'll start inviting you guys, right? So I'm closing all of the chat windows right now. Please don't message me right now. You can message me after this match, and I need to build my Odin, so I'll actually do this in the game, right?
Yes, and I'm opening the in-game off-topic discussion.
So here is my beautiful
and that's
Odin.
where we will do the stream countdown. So if you want to try to stream snipe us, head there. And so tier 8, right?
Yes.
Look
this
look at Mr. Holzbajek already also with Odin.
Nice.
He just cannot resist any German ship.
Good,
so.
good question there, by the way, from Reflex, who's asking, when will you fix the missing ship animation in Fjord? And we actually had this on stream already, and we went to ask the developers, and it is in fact not missing. It's intentional because it is very, very, very calm in a fjord. Like,
Yes.
if you've ever been to a fjord, really, no waves. Like, it's surrounded by just giant,
Unless
like rocks.
there is a storm, but we have sunny weather.
Yes, so it's intended.
Yes,
Okay,
if
so
you take a
I'm-
look at Odin, strong armor belt, because I want to start fitting the ship and just wanted to showcase, right? You have 60mm lower belt here, and even a 60mm aft belt here that covers all the back of the ship, and then 32mm over here. Bam, bam. You have the armor belt, the upper armor belt, with 50mm of deck armor, and the usual German, very nice turtleback armor. And this is also a reason why the ship does have less HP, because it has a really good armor pattern. And now the question is, how are we going to set up the ship? For me, I'm going to go straight forward for a sneaky build. So we're going to have damage control system modification. If you want me to explain a bit so what I'm looking forward to in this ship, right? It did get improved secondaries, but I'm not going to play purely based on secondaries. I know it will be one of my options, but for now, I'm only going to take this upgrade for secondaries. The rest will not be focused on gameplay around that, at least for me. I'm going to take steering gears to wiggle that butt. I'm going to take concealment just to have more options, yes?
There's a question from Lick My Sweaty Nipples,
No thanks.
who would like to know, why do the houses on Fjord have the size of a lifeboat when compared to the ship? So Lick My Sweaty Nipples.
Can you address him again? What was his name?
So Lick My... Okay, no.
Can you wait? Sorry. So,
No,
Mr. Conway, Mr. Conway.
This will be clipped.
Guys, prepare to clip
No,
this.
no.
Prepare to clip this. So, Mr. Conway.
No way.
Who was the player again?
No,
Can you pronounce it slowly? Come on. Come on.
Something.
No. Come on, Conway. Don't pussy out.
No, but the
No, what was
look,
his? Who? Who?
Leave me alone. Look, you need to realize, ship big, house small. The relation, I think, is actually accurate. And also, if you've ever been to a fjord, houses there don't tend to always be very big.
But who did ask the question?
No.
Yes, please tell us the name. We missed it.
Come on, Conway.
God.
I never thought you would be that shy.
Yes.
I just know what's going to happen. It's not happening.
Oh, chat, come on. Please give me do it, Conway, in chat.
I'm not
Just
going.
come on.
Look,
chat.
I've had my leg waxed. I've had bloody cream pies in my face.
No.
I am not saying this. Not happening.
I'm not asking you to do it. I'm just asking you to read out a player name.
Yes, the chat is quite, I think, unequivocal.
Yes. See, chat agrees.
You have to remember, I have the power.
The power to what?
Push the button.
Me too.
Just push it back.
Wait, actually, we want to see this. Come on, Conway. Just say it. Say it once. Be done with it.
You wanted the comfy chair, you get to suffer.
Exactly.
So, his name was Lick My Sweaty Nipples.
Perfect. See, chat. There we go. Peer pressure does work.
Yes.
So, So when I'm building my ship, right? So I went for concealment here because I wanted to build my ship a bit around that.
Spell it.
Spell it? No, guys.
Come on, guys.
So I'm going to take not my Trippets captain. I think I take my Scharnhorst captain. Oh, it's not spec'd for. I think it's okay. You know what? I'll think. I'll not spend too much time on this. We'll actually just go and play it. Just for information, for the consumables, you do have Hydro, which is very nice to have on a battleship, right? You have a repair party, plus the choice between a spotting plane or a fighter. But with the range that we have, and potentially being able to nuke people in smoke, I'm going to stick with the spotting plane for now. And then I'm going to ready up in the vision, and we're going to go into battle. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask them. Mr. Conway will be not only happy to read out your beautiful Twitch name, no, he will also be very happy to answer your question. And let's go.
People are apparently complaining
Oh,
about me mentioning the cream pie in the face.
Dude,
What?
we wanted to do countdown.
Oh, countdown. 1, 2, 3, and let's go.
Yes.
Fantastic. Good. GG.
GG, yes.
GG was close.
Okay, you have to be faster.
But can I just clarify that the cream pie was a pie topped with cream.
And I'm sure it was clipped, so
And
just
there is
search
definitely-
the older clips on our
Yes, there's
channel.
also a beautiful clip of Lord of Droid talking about how you get cream pie on stream. Not realizing how that could be interpreted. So we have a tier 9, tier 8 matchmaking with 2 tier 10s, which is absolutely fine. I didn't mount any flags, I just realized, because I was confused by the amount of flags already on the ship. That's gonna be my excuse.
You know there is a button
There's a button.
to mount like
Yes, but I
recommended
didn't even
flags.
enter that menu at all.
So you are doing convoy.
It's okay. With flags, it's okay. With consumables, it was not okay.
Do you have torpedoes?
I'm not going to pull a convoy, hopefully. Can you answer if CVs will leave in clan battles? Peterum, that's not clear yet. We're still analyzing the last season. What you're all into over on the EU server, Drew Texan, apparently kinky stuff.
Yes, I have to say it's Mr. Conway who's into these stuffs. It was his idea.
Drew Texan is saying cream pie, licking sweaty nipples. What are you all into over in the EU? And I can tell you. What?
I mean, I just wanted to say that you made fun of me, reading out the same comment. You just say.
You did? I did?
Yes.
God damn it. It's just, it's all sweaty.
Sibulus says, I have a clip you might want to see. It's called Peer Pressure. Very good. I would share it in chat so it also gets a few clicks. Maybe Tuccy can find it and put it in chat.
I cannot because I'm playing.
Wait, once you're dead.
To search for the clip, just put cream pie in Google.
If that would be like if the first hit for Cream Pie would be Lord of Droid, I think I might be in trouble.
Yes, but I have to say, like, I'm really, really happy that we put the mature toggle on in Twitch.
So great armor of the Odin, but that a tier 8 BB have less HP than a tier 5 IGN battle with, that is nuts. Well, Wardog, the thing is, like a Congo has significantly worse armor than the Odin. It's not just. I understand where it's coming from, right? HP is a very important stat in the game, but it's not the one and only stat. The armor means a lot, right? When we talk about, for example, Kremlin, one of the main complaints is that it has a very, very, very strong armor pattern, and that is part of the reason why it's considered to be so strong. It's just something you have to keep in mind. Is that yes, that plays a significant role in the balance of ships, and it's not just how much HP does it have a ship or what is the caliber, it's the combination of all of these traits. And in the testing that we did with the ship, it performed really, really well. That's why we're confident that this ship is going to be absolutely fine in terms of gameplay. Now, if for some weird reason we realize we made a mistake and it's not working out nicely, then we can still buffer, right? There's a Neptune. Thunderstorm front. Just don't want to show too much broadside right now. These are the gearing torpedoes. That's fine. Going to actually angle a bit away. Our Donskoy, did he raid it yet? No, he didn't. Oh, that's going to probably hurt a bit. Oh, I really want to touch that Neptune. My faster reload might be helping me here. No, don't reverse.
Fulcra 802, play Kitakami just for the sake of it. We would love to, but unfortunately the Kitakami has been completely exterminated.
I was a bit unlucky. Unfortunately, my team is not really pushing too much here, so I'll just reposition myself a bit.
Pepkern says, I just acquired my first tier 8. Is it normal to be useless and get completely obliterated by tier 10? So Pepkern, when you're playing a tier 8 ship and you're matched against tier 10 ships, you need to adjust your playstyle a little bit. You need to be able to, hold back a bit, and you need to be able to figure out what engagements you can take against, equal tiered ships on the enemy team, or make sure that your team is absorbing the fire. But in general, you can still be very, very effective, even against tier 10 ships. Is it tougher? Yes.
Someone is triggering me.
You can learn.
Let's see what we can do here. Come on, dispersion. Be nice. Yup. That's nice. Double citadel. It's not a great position to be in for that Neptune, because I can still lob my shells over that island. But also one thing to keep in mind about the tier 8 matchmaking is that we put things in place in terms of how the matchmaker will match you against higher tiers, that this will only be the case 40% of the time maximum. There will be like a calibration phase for tier 8 when you're playing it for the first time, but after, let's say, around 20 matches-ish, you will not be up-tiered that often. And then it will just be 40% up-tiered and then 60% either against same tiers or lower tiers.
So Andreas Müller is interpreting this as you told him to play his Odin really terribly, so that the stats go down and she gets a buff.
Look, you can try, but I think majority of players probably just want to have fun in that ship and will play it appropriately.
Yeah. And Pepkern says, Nostro says, Pepkern, just don't play as Conway does, then you'll be all right. Which is true some of the time.
Sometimes he's not that bad. Just don't torpedo your allies. Oh,
unless they really deserved it.
Hit on that Vladivostok.
Our Kurfürst decided to commit seppuku.
Camo here on Twitch is asking, hey, I got the Twitch mission, but I can't find it. If you go to your mission tab and go to the combat tab in the combat mission section, you will find that specific mission. So we already lost 2 BBs, but we're leading at 1 BB, 1 cruiser, but we're leading at least in points. Just have to be careful to not, because flat broadside, no matter what ship, will be
Can
punished.
you maybe touch that Baltimore?
Yes. I'm working on it. Well, bow on. I won't be able to do that much crazy stuff. Oh, that's really nice torpedoes. You will have to help with the DD.
And John B is asking if the 40% bottom tier is account-wide or ship-specific.
It's account-wide. It's basically based on tier, as far as I remember. Ah, there's the gearing. But you're not hunting him, right?
Well, no.
No. I was just wondering why he was spotted, but he was because he was shooting, not because you spotted him.
Is there an actual human matchmaker? No.
Yes, it's a guy in this cellar office.
Why does the dockyard not open? It stays stuck in the loading screen. Tuccy shared a fix earlier. He's going to reshare it again after his game.
So, you know, you can also.
I don't have the link though, unfortunately.
he's not the best candidate for that chair over there.
Look,
it is known.
I'm learning the way of the chair. I'm not there yet.
Okay, I am radar again.
Okay, I see what our Holzbein Jack is doing there, and I'll follow him.
Okay.
There's
So
the bloody. So my turret traverse should help me. Oh no! Come on! I'll just give it a shot. Maybe lucky citadel.
I'm done.
No. Oh no! These torpedoes, they look not so nice. Oh god, they have a good angle. That gearing has been dealing so much damage on this flank. Now the Hydra helps me in the sense that I can see those torpedoes, but I'm not sure whether I can outrun them. Hello, my friend.
Okay, so I'm first of all I'm going to share the fix for the problem with the Dockyard.
Oh, nice hit, Holzbein Jack. Oof. There's a Montana. Okay, he's definitely going to torpedo you. I'll try to get the Neptune. Is he going to beach on that ship? Yes. Thank you for your collaboration.
Wow.
And there it is. I hope I spammed it enough so that you will.
I think everybody should have seen it now. Yes.
Looks like we are not winning this one.
Questionable at this point. Let me put it this way. But as you can see, the ship is literally unplayable. We're only at 100,000 damage.
ADK1981 says, so recently there have been videos posted on YouTube with the same team killer in all of them. What is the wargaming response to something like that? The response is the banhammer, and please send me a PM in the forums.
No, I'm already onto it.
Okay.
They already provided it to me. We're looking into this guy.
Fantastic. But the answer is yes, it's the banhammer. That's the response.
So this is going to be a bit painful here.
And since there is a question for survey, I'm going to share the survey as well.
I would love to get into a torpedo position, but these two guys are unfortunately too well positioned for me to push into that.
Well,
no, they took out one. Oh. We fought a valiant effort here, but unfortunately there's not much to be done here. Well played by the enemy team. I have to give it to them. They absolutely spanked our little monkey.
What?
Our little monkey butts.
We are not in Tiki.
So what do you
for context? No.
For context, you can say, for context, our favorite cocktail bar has a cocktail called the Spank My Purple Pineapple Monkey Ass.
1.8 million potential? Yes, but I mean, obviously, at the end we had to...
Gneisenau was like, whoa!
Whoa! That cocktail bar, if you're ever in Prague, I can highly recommend it.
Yes, definitely. Let us know. We will take you there.
You need to remember, Gneisenau, this is a European stream.
Yes, and this is a mature chat. So,
well, I don't know if I would call it a mature chat. I think it's a pretty immature chat.
That's
guys,
true.
you guys are just off the chart.
We are.
Yes.
So, actually, we'll play the Odin again, but we'll probably have to wait until that battle is over.
Panzer74 says, I think his English isn't very good. Spanking the monkey is something different and would be banned in a stream.
Yes.
I understand that, yes.
Again, tier 8?
Mm-hmm. Well, either we can actually play the E-Gear, guys, if you want to. Because one of the new additions to the game is, if you go to your tech tree and you close some of the chat windows, and thank you, Holzbeincheck, for playing with us. I'll just remove you to make place for players. If you scroll down here, you will have the E-Gear in the game, which is now implemented for 1 million free XP, or you can also just go to the premium store and buy it, which is a tier 9 German cruiser. And we'll actually just go to our E-Gear import, and then I can show you this ship. And if you want me to, you can also play it.
Sharid says, first time in the stream, and I've nearly spat my drink out laughing so many times already. Face desk, GG guys. Thank you very much. We aim to please, and we want this to be fun for everyone involved, us and you. Yeah, Warships is serious business, but doesn't mean the stream has to be.
Let us just put here a disclaimer: we claim no responsibility for any liquid damage to your keyboard.
That is true. That is true.
Or Chrysanta's laptop.
Yeah, please don't break it, because Mr. Conway, well prepared as he usually is, decided today I'm going to sit in the armchair. But I forgot my laptop at home. So Chris, give me your laptop.
It was a spontaneous decision. I just wanted the chair experience. I have to say it's pretty nice, but I'm a bit sad that I can't see Tuccy.
Yes. Tallinn for XP, please. Tallinn for XP will be part of the game in update 0.9.6.
Yes.
And Gneisenau is having a lot of fun. And Gneisenau at some point will also learn how to pronounce Gneisenau. One day, I believe.
Galad Glyn says, so anyone else not like the new interface? So we understand the new interface may not be to everyone's liking, especially the old directive interface was, I think, also quite visually appealing. But with the amount of activities, missions, and tasks that we have for you guys to do in-game, it's just not feasible to have it in 4 or 5 different places, and the new interface really makes everything clearer. If you have some suggestions how we can make this new interface look better while also preserving the information providing capabilities it has, please go to the forum and tell us.
the
We'd be happy to hear.
the IPC, yes, the information providing capabilities.
I'm gonna.
Oh god, we're having way too much fun, but that's okay. But guys, in general, if you have any feedback about the update, go to your regional forums. We really, really appreciate your feedback about not just the update topics, but any topic you might think is interesting about the game right now. And we also have a survey that Mr. either Tuccy or Mr. Conway are going to spam again in the chat. We can just rate the update with the different aspects of it, and you provide us some insights into what you think about this update. And with that,
Eagle SCT is asking if we have an update on the FDR. We do not right now have an update. Please remain seated.
Yes. So this is the Aegir that we talked about, right? I already showed you how beautiful she is. So she's a tier 9 cruiser. If we take a look at the armor layout, you will see 27 millimeters of plating.
The other mouse.
So bow on tanking is not going to be that helpful with this ship. You do have 90 millimeters and 190 millimeters here for bouncing shells on a certain angle. You do have a turtle back, but keep in mind it's 190 millimeters plus 100 and 100 here. So if you show broadside to a battleship, might still hurt a lot. So keep that in mind, right? So just for your playstyle, that's important to know. Always take a look at the armor pattern so you know what is your ship capable of in terms of tanking and what it can do.
Yeah, Sebo Ita is asking, can you tell us why we did not receive compensation for Moscow and Camo for it? 2 weeks ago you told me that we will receive compensation if we don't sell it. What happened? So, Sebo, that's not true. If we actually said this, and you can send us a link or a clip, I will personally give you that compensation. But we did not say this because we never said this.
We always said you have to sell it. Go sell it now. Anyway, so as you can see, hit points here, almost 63k, which is for a cruiser. You can see it's a large cruiser, right, with a lot of HP. Good torpedo protection, damage reduction on the belt. Artillery, you have 305 millimeter guns, and they hurt.
Yes.
Obviously, you're not going to be an HE spammer with a reload time of 17.6 seconds here because it's already with the upgrade. So it should be 20 seconds, I think, by space time. So not a good HE spammer in that sense, but you can use HE because it does have a good fire setting chance of 27%. But overall, try AP. We had a lot of fun with AP. We'll showcase, hopefully, how AP can work on the ship, and you can even sit it on battleships. So,
do we have a candidate for division?
We have Vasil, we have Korvetten Kapitän Prin, and we have Phantom 78. And since we haven't played with him, that I would know about, we'll just invite him to the division.
Yes. Okay. So I'm readying up, but please, Chrysanthos, tell me when you are ready to press the battle button so that we can do the countdown.
Okay, so you have to remind me in a minute again, because this will leave my head in roughly 5 seconds.
Yes. Owly18 is asking, this has been asked many times, when are the German ships getting the second flag? Now, Owly, I don't know if you noticed this, but we did already say what the next branch of ship's going to be. And there is a possibility that, this might include a second flag feature that I can neither confirm or deny yet.
Yes, look at Smug Conway. So,
Smugway?
Smugway, yes. Smugway is actually quite nice. So, one of the things to highlight is the secondary armament is really nice on the Aegir for a cruiser. So, I didn't go all the way on secondaries, but I hope we'll make it into secondary range. Because I built it for concealment, but we still have a secondary upgrade on here. So I hope we will have some fun with that. But it's not the main aspect of the ship, but it's definitely one of the cool traits of the ship in itself. You have 18.5 kilometers of range, so that should give you plenty of range to engage with the enemy and pick your battles. Detectability is 11.9 with all of the upgrades, so that's mediocre, right? But it's a very large cruiser, as you can see. Big boat with a lot of HP. And AA was quite okay on tier 9. We definitely shot down some planes already earlier today. And you do have German torpedoes with usual 6 kilometer range, 65 knots. And, here you can see them, the launchers. And with that, we I think we said enough in terms of...
So just press ready now.
Yes. Just for my setup, this is my setup, right? You see main battery modification for faster reload, concealment. I went for steering gears for moving that butt. Get ready for the stream sniping, right? We have the damage control system, and here the main armaments modification. And for the commander, I went for a very, very basic setup here, with additional heal through superintendent, concealment, and then a little bit of secondary fun here.
If you want to stream snipe us, again, EU server, off-topic discussion channel in port, and we'll be pressing battle.
I'm waiting for you to do the countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
See, you just have to tell me.
Yeah, and if you happen to end up in a battle with us, let us know.
Yes, not with your shells, with words.
With shells on Chrysanthus, preferably.
World of
Not
Warships.
if we are on the same side.
World of Warships God says, will we get news today? No, we don't have any news for you today.
No.
Yeah, we had news last week.
Mordig is asking, can we get some more flags with economic effects like those ranked ones? Mordig, the answer is a resounding no. Because you should choose a flag that you like, that you want to fly in your ship, not choose the flag that gives you the best economic bonus. We do know that there are a few flags, like from way back when in Alpha, that have those, but honestly, I think I wish we didn't.
So, wow, a lot of Alexander Nevsky's. So one of the aspects we didn't talk about actually when presenting the update is obviously this update is the update where the Alexander Nevsky is introduced into the game as the new tier 10 for the light cruiser branch for the Soviet nation. And where Moskva and Kirov moved to become either a special ship or a premium ship.
I am Samoth is asking any more info about the Warhammer 40k crossover. I am Samoth. We will have a special stream dedicated to the Warhammer cross collaboration next Friday.
I see 2 comments, one from Geberworld on Twitch and one on YouTube from Flo19. That we should do the countdown in the port chat because there is always a delay with the stream, but that's exactly what we did. So
yeah, I don't think he realized that we did the countdown in the port chat.
Yeah.
So
but we did it in port chat.
If you want to participate in the next battle, if you want to take part in the countdown, head towards the English off-topic channel in the EU port and wait for
Tuccy?
us for
while you say this,
countdown.
I just want to tell you, you should rather be careful with your sweet little boat there, because they're evil ships like 1, 2, 3, 4
I know.
with radar that are looking for underage boats to touch them.
I know.
I'll actually swing around here, around the island, because I cannot really do the tanking here. Can we rename Mr. Conway into Mr. Wattebällchen?
Mr. What?
Look, I will find you and I will rename you.
What's the Mr. Wattebällchen?
Did I play against you?
What does it mean?
Binge watch? Are you binge watch also on in game? Because I think I played against you. You're from Ovin, right? I think we met in battle. So the balancing around Alexander Nevsky, we did actually a lot of balancing, and the stats seem to be quite strong. Actually, I think she's right in the sweet spot for balancing, at least from what like my personal experience with testing the ship. So that should be fine, but I'm not sure what exactly you're looking for.
But,
yes, well, it was a pleasure to play against you. See, I even remembered your name.
Jin Kuzu is asking, how come Aegir lost all her secondary range while Siegfried got to keep a range? Can Aegir get the secondary range back? So, big difference between Aegir and Siegfried is Aegir is a cruiser and Siegfried is a battleship. So they should play and feel different. But also, like after playing Aegir earlier, I honestly think not having the secondary range is not a problem, because you are effective at range. You've got really good accuracy, you've got very, very punchy AP, and your armor layout is not the most amazing. It's pretty decent, but with the giant nose that you have, you don't really want to get that close to the enemy until the late game. So having that, having that secondary would probably make you play worse. I think it's good as is.
Yeah,
give it a try. Look at that shot. Oh.
Having a secondary cruiser build would be a meme worthy, but didn't really seem to perform that well in practice because of the
Yeah, I tried it as well
limitations of cruiser.
Oh, no.
on stream, I
Why
think.
are there torpedoes?
And
These torpedoes are not supposed to be here.
I'm
sorry, I'm playing very aggressively, but I just saw these cruisers parking there, and I might get a decent angle. And I'm
There's also Sovietsky Soyuz parking there.
Yes,
Siegfried
yes,
is cruiser as well? Oh god.
Oh god! Oh, like when I talked about that part of tanking, that's not working with the ship.
Isn't Siegfried a battleship technically? No, in game. Am I that derpy, Chris?
Oh god, this is gonna be one of the fastest battle in my history.
Chat. He's not even listening to me anymore.
Okay, we got a citadel hit, and now we just need everybody to ignore me for a second.
Someone's spotting me.
This never happened. What is happening on your side?
Here, Yugumo is spotting me.
No, I was a bit too aggressive, but I didn't think the Sovietsky Soyuz would go in here. You can see that Phantom is absolutely unscathed. We did get 60k damage out of this, but I thought we can that Buffalo was in such a juicy position. Okay. And now that Sovietsky Soyuz is actually dead, and we should be able to reclaim the camp if he's not getting sunk here. But Aegir can be, quite decent for pushing in if you're not in there with eating that torpedo and that front citadel.
See, I derped. I was for some reason under the impression that Siegfried was a battleship. You know how
because
this
it has
happens
battleship-sized guns.
Yes.
Okay. No, Siegfried and Aegir pretty much have the same hull, but the Siegfried comes with 380mm guns, and it doesn't have the same secondary setup. So overall, if you're looking into what makes these ships special?
Yugumo 8 torpedo.
Nice. I'll just leave the camera a bit like this. So if you're looking into buying either Siegfried with research points or Aegir with the with 3 XP, it depends on what kind of playstyle you want to get. I personally would say if you're looking for a more unique playstyle, then the Siegfried will be more for your liking, more to your liking, because you have battleship-sized guns on proper battleship-sized guns, 380mm on that hull, which is an interesting setup, right? I mean, but you're a bit more of a glass cannon. While if you want to play Aegir and just have the 305mm, which are not that new, I would say, now to tier 9, tier 10 large cruisers, then you can go for that. You get a decent all-rounder that has really nice AP. It has a lot of HP. You can have secondary brawls. You can use the torpedoes to brawl. So as you can see, even though we derped quite heavily with our push, because I didn't expect that BB to be there, we could still, deal significant damage to them. And you still have that German traits. So overall, depends on what kind of playstyle you're looking for.
And the Yugumo is still capping the B, but I have to heal first before going there.
Cedric is saying, I want to know what the point of Aegir is in the first place. 305mm guns are pretty mediocre with worse HE that all similar supercruisers have, and at best average AP. Well, Cedric, I don't agree. I mean, I think it's fun to play, and the guns are pretty good, and I mean, it's a good ship.
Well, if you're looking for something super outstanding, then the Aegir won't be that ship for you. I agree. But then again, not all of our ships can be super outstanding.
And in general, all German, especially cruisers, tend to be more like all-rounders, so they don't really have one single strong bit, but overall they are doing well.
It's a combination, and we try to have with Aegir and Siegfried a certain distinction in how they're going to be played, right? And it doesn't mean there won't be other German cruisers that might be a bit more distinct. But overall, if you feel like, hey, this ship isn't really that much more interesting to you than, let's say, for example, an Azuma or a Kronstadt, then, take your free XP and invest it in a ship that you would like to have and that offers more variety to you. That's absolutely fine. What's that? Warsaw Gamer for Fun says, not all of our ships can be outstanding, just the Russian ones. Look, I know where this comment is coming from, but it's also bullshit. I'm sorry to say this, but it's like if you take a look at the ships that we have in the game from the Soviet nation, if you take a look at, for example, the Khabarovsk or the Grozovoi, how are they that much outstanding compared to other ships that fulfill similar roles, right? So that's not really the case. Overall, we try to give each nation interesting ships and create variety in general in the game, but also within the nations. But it won't be possible to give each ship like a unique role in the game. That's simply not possible, especially not if you have by now almost 400 ships in the game, right? There will be some overlapping themes, some overlapping gameplay styles, and they differ then more in certain, let's say, finer areas of how that gameplay is actually being applied. You know, if you, for example, want to have the gunboat aspect, something like the Kaba might be interesting to you, but you also might be looking into the Kleber because it can give you similar things in the gunboat aspect.
I'm feeling right now completely useless here because basically I cannot launch torps anywhere because either they are too far away or I would endanger lives. And I don't want to do that.
Jinkuso says, but the question was, why did Iggy not get to keep a secondary range since Siegfried has a range that enables her to get secondary build if desired? That's my crux since I want to do Iggy secondaries. Well, to be quite frank, let's take a look at Mr. Convoy, by the way, in the meantime. Oh, did he just sneak off and not notice? Not want you to notice? Well, that doesn't happen with us. Sorry, I just wanted to troll him. So the main reason for making the change was the feedback around the ship. We wanted it to be a secondary cruiser, and we adjusted it. But with the way that ship performed, we needed to make some adjustments, and that means we needed to nerf her because she was too strong. But that meant that most of the comments we saw about the ship is that, oh, now this concept is not working, it's not fun to play this ship. So we had to make a decision. Do we want to release the ship like that? Or do we want to make some changes and rather make her a more, let's say, regular cruiser? And that's the decision we made then. We decided, okay, we'll adjust it to more of like a regular design, not go for the secondary approach, because yes, with the gun angles of the ship, she is not super well suited to be like a super close range brawler, and to heavily focus on that aspect, so we decided to go another route. I can understand that you would have liked to have a secondary cruiser, and maybe we'll be able to do that with a different cruiser in the future. But honestly, it was feedback about the ship. And I know that now some people will say, yeah, but we didn't want this to happen. Then yes, but we need to think about what to do with the ship. And since our original game design with the ship didn't really work out, we didn't go for it and just had to change it. I would love to see a secondary cruiser as well at some point.
Okay, what are we playing now?
We'll play Odin, I guess.
Odin again? Okay, so tier 8.
Yes. Actually,
I'm
we
back.
To get 1,100 XP out of that.
Oh, you were away. We didn't.
You were
notice.
away. We didn't notice. It's not like we switched the camera.
I know. I heard. Staying hydrated is great, but it has its
I mean,
drawbacks.
it's already. Well, I mean, it has been some time since you've been to the bathroom. Almost like an hour. Too much fun, not allowed for Germans. That's absolutely not true, Castle Bravo, and you know it. If you take a look at the Odin and the Aegir, they have really fun gameplay. If that gameplay doesn't suit you, okay, I can understand it, but there are a lot of fun German ships in the game. And if you take at recent releases, for example, the Mainz, if you like light cruisers, it's an absolutely fun ship to play. And it's a really good one. With that as well. If you want to have a decent DD, let's take, for example, the T61. We just buffed German DDs with their HE penetration, so they don't have to take IFHE in the future. So even, we listen to the community and we see that, okay, the German ships had a bad reputation, and even though they're doing fine in terms of stats, we did significant changes. For example, we improved the secondaries, we did improve the accuracy of German battleships in December. Now we're improving the German DDs. We always try to make this game as fun as possible and to make sure that it's balanced. And if we can apply a buff based on community feedback, we'll try to do exactly that.
Sir Lord Fries is asking if there are any plans to rebalance Venezia after seeing it dominate the season of clan battles. I think we haven't heard anything concrete yet, but I think
We're looking into it.
there's a possibility this might happen.
But
yes.
you also have to keep in mind when talking about the Venezia and clan battles that the reason why the Venezia was very popular in clan battles, especially in higher leagues, is not just because the Venezia is a decent ship and SAP performs really nicely on range. It is also because the impact of CVs on the overall meta helps a ship like the Venezia to be very prominent, because you do get to have, you get to have a fighter, you get to have smoke that you can deploy immediately, so the CV won't have an easy time to actually hit you. So it's several components, playing into this in a specific setup like CVs, but Venezia is a ship we're looking into, yes.
So guys, just a reminder, jump into the off-topic discussions in port, into English off-topic discussions, if you want to take part in the countdown. And Mr. Chrysanthos. Oh, he's
I'm waiting for Korvettenkapitän to ready up. In the meantime, I'll just add some flags on my ship. And I'm thinking about which ones to take.
Okay. Nobody listens to me. I'm used to it.
Brutalik666 is asking, why do you guys think about adding bots to low-tier matches for random battles like you did for submarine battles? It's a shame we're forced into co-op in certain time zones for certain tiers. I believe this already happens to some extent on low-tier battles.
Not, as far as I know, not on all servers, and it's something we're looking into, but not really much I can say right now about this. But I understand where you're coming from, and it might be something we could do in the future.
Dude!
Oh my god, wait, I can leave the queue. Sorry, I'm not used to this. We usually don't do this.
I'm so glad that for once it isn't me.
That's true.
This is why, chat, this is why I chose the chair today.
So we can make fun of you over there. I'm sorry, I'm just not used to this.
So
like, let's count down. Everybody can see the,
Yes. So let's start the countdown. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Am I allowed now to play the game? Yes?
Maybe.
Thank you. Mount all, Chris? No, Evan, I'm sorry, the mount all button is amazing, but I'm German about it, and I need to save my flags.
It's not
Don't
mount
be such
all.
a German!
Why? But that's the reason why I have so many flags, because I think about where I use them.
But what are you going to do with those flags? Hang them on your bloody wall?
No, but at some point, I might be in a position where I run out of them.
No, you're not.
Yeah, like in 20 years.
And
Yes, exactly. And then all of you are going to be sitting there like, oh, I should not have used these flags 20 years ago. I don't know. It's I use them where it makes sense, and I'm not going to use flags that don't make sense to me. I have 700 million credits. What am I going to do with 50 more? So, Snipe successful. Okay.
Oh, Vasil, 45.
Where do personal tasks show up? Herman the German is asking. Herman the German, they pop up in the all over combat tab in the combat missions section. So the Twitch drops missions will be in the combat tab. This is actually something we have to adjust for our notification. Please write it down.
The what?
Our notification for Twitch drops. We need to change the wording. It's not in personal assignments anymore.
That's
Please
true.
write it down.
Die52 makes a good point. He says,
Please
it's
write
like
it down.
using your potions in Skyrim, you with your flags.
Yes, Skyrim. You do not want to see my house in Skyrim. You have to.
But Mr. Conway, please write it down.
No, I'm going to send Chris an email from himself.
You can just also put it just in Teams. That's fine. Just put it somewhere in written form that I know tomorrow that I need to change this. Any comment on the legendary mod on Moskva being given out? Mobius, I don't know what you mean. I mean, if you have it, if you had it, you still have it. If you have the mission, you still have the mission. And if you want to get it, it's part of the research bureau. So, not sure what you mean, Mobius.
Yeah, Twisted Tree says the UI update is nice, but there's no way to see which missions are Twitch missions. We are aware of that right now, yes.
Conway, write it down, or you became Chrysanthus the goldfish.
Yes,
Armory.
exactly. I'm sorry, like there's so much information, coming in throughout the stream, and I'm trying to keep up with so many things. I will not be able to remember this specific point after this.
And I'm much worse than this at this thing than Chris. I mean, how do you think the co-op way meme was born?
This is still one of my. There are a few clips with Conway doing that in one stream, I think like 3 times. And I wasn't there, but the clips were very enjoyable. So how pushy are we going to be? We have a Gneiss now.
By the way,
we can actually be pushy, I think.
Double Bogus says, be careful, if we make too many Skyrim references, our screens may fade to black and we could find ourselves in the back of a prisoner carriage.
Well, as long as you don't take an AP shell to the knee, you're going to be fine.
Yes, but also you have to remember that if this were to happen, we'd have to spend at least 24 hours installing mods until the game crashes.
So
Someone is with us in the cap. I don't know whom, but
you could just find him. You're 2 DDs against 1, probably.
are you already around that island? Yes.
Yeah, I'm in pushing position.
Okay, then let's push.
I mean, there is 1 set of torpedoes. Only so far, which is
Yes.
a bit weird. You know what? I'm going to use my hydro.
Oh, Baltimore. That's not good news.
Oh, by the way, be careful. Panzer 74 says, gonna get some coffee. Try not to sink in 3 minutes.
Look, it's usually not the plan to sink that early. Just like that's a bit of a problem with the Nuremberg. It's very easy to overpen. I'll try to help you with the Balti, but he's currently unspotted. Okay, so DD's up here. Nuremberg, are you beaching? The Balti is disengaging, by the way.
Darksider is asking, why don't you play Siegfried on stream?
The answer is very simple. I don't have it because
Gneiss are now beached.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
nice.
context, the testing period for Siegfried has finished, but she's not there yet. So
what do you
we
mean?
don't
She's
ha-
in the game.
I mean, but she's not on our accounts yet. We
Yeah,
have
no.
to actually.
The reason is I couldn't buy her yet, and I could have bought her yet, bought her yet, but
spotted.
yeah, I'm working on it. The problem is that I do have theoretically the research points to get her, but I need to farm them yet.
You have to remember that while we do get premium ships, we have to play for all other ships as normal. So you have to actually spend
We
the
have to get
time
them
and
the same
unlock
way as
them.
you do, exactly. Oh, can I touch the Tallinn?
But we will probably be able to do it by next week. Well, Chrysanthus will be able to do it by next week.
Yes, next week I'm definitely set up for that ship. A little bit too far on the front. Oh, somebody else touched it. Okay. I mean, the Odin is a great ship for pushing because especially with your, bow armor, you're going to be able to tank quite a bit.
Power armor?
Power armor would be a different game, yes. So he's gonna be going down. We got him.
Yes.
Oh, nice. The DD is still there, though, right? Yes.
Yes, I've spotted the torpedoes, so...
I think I'm just going to go straight here. And then turn a bit towards the end. Because I don't want to show too much broadside to the Ashitaka. Oh, 1 is fine on the belt. I don't mind the engine damage too much right now, as long as we can still maneuver. Why don't my daily recurring update? I play games within the mission requirements. Revolution, check your post battle stats, because they should be showing up there. Oh, this looks like a really nice dispersion.
Lost Peter is asking, when will submarines be added to the tech tree? So there's really no answer we can give to this. We'll
nice
have to see
dispersion in Odin.
how things go. It's still going to be quite a long road, so that's possible. Mobius One Light says, I heard a few people get the legendary mod on the Moskva when they didn't have it before she came and became a special ship. Well, that's really weird, Mobius, and should not have happened. Please feel free to send me a PM in game, and I'll have in forums, and I'll have a look at it tomorrow.
So it's not intended. It sounds like a bug, and
Yes. Well, we'll have to investigate.
yeah, we'll have to investigate.
Shiftbauer says, just play your daily missions and you get most of the directives of the Dockyard done. Absolutely. This is the Dockyard is like if you play actively, you should be able to complete most of it.
Okay, we're just going to keep an angle here because most of the shells would just bounce off. There we go. A little bit of HE damage from the Lion. Okay, let's use a heal.
Ashitaka ate one torpedo and is now mine.
Perfect. Cossack is such a nice ship.
When will we have a new update with King of the Sea? You can expect the next King of the Sea tournament to be happening towards the end of the year.
By the way, Tuccy, I will need you helping here because there's probably the Farragut here.
Can you sing the Baltimore for me?
I'm working on it right now. If his Citadel is going to be cooperating better in the next salvo, it should be doable.
But I'm maybe ask our friend because I'm trying to screen off the Öland.
Yeah, like I don't care who's doing it. I just need one of you guys to help with the duties.
Gopher445 says, been given a Twitch personal mission but can't find where personal missions are. Unfortunately, we forgot to change the description with the change of the missions, but if you just go to your new mission interface and just go to combat missions, it'll be listed there. But there's no longer a personal assignments tab.
It's just in the combat tab that you find in game. I think we can probably outmaneuver most of this.
Oh, okay, I'm disengaging here probably.
One is okay. Come on, secondaries, do your job. Nasenhamster, interesting name.
There's also the Orkan.
Yeah, Naval Warlord says the replacement for the Moskva and Kirov was not researched when you already had the ship that became premium. And that is correct, and that is also intended. They are brand new ships, and just like all other new ships, you can play to unlock them. And you kept the existing ships, so there was really no need for you to get the new ones.
Can I make the turn? It's going to be close. By the way, Tuccy, how's it looking on your side? Are you stalking the Lion, eh?
I'm stalking the Öland and Leon, but...
But the Lion is not cooperating properly with your torpedoes, yeah?
And the Öland is hugging him, I think.
Eagle is asking, will we see a space camo for the Yamato in next space battle season? It's a nice way to actually formulate that, next space battle season. We'll have to see. Would be really nice to have it.
It would be really nice, but you have to remember with all of these collaborations, this is intellectual property that we don't own, so it's not, we can't just say, hey, we're going to make Space Battleship Yamato, even though we would love to. Don't get me wrong.
What will happen to extra sub tokens? They will get converted to credits at the end of the sub season.
There's still an Orkan here.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see whether we can push this Vladivostok, maybe with some torps.
Naval Warlord says, so you have to torture yourself with a tier 4 again, even rebuy that ship. Well, Naval Warlord, you don't have to get the ship. You can also just not get it, and that's also fine. I mean,
not having the Kotovsky will not have any negative impact for you unless you really want to have that ship.
It's just like any other ship in game. If you don't have it, you don't need to have it. If you want to have it, you can go and unlock it. And it's also a tier 5 ship, so unlocking it will not take very long.
Öland had a very nice set of blind torpedoes at my
just
smoke.
bounced on my belt here.
Shanu29 is asking, will there be more steel camouflages in the future? Shanu, I think that really depends on if you guys like them and if you guys buy them. If the answer is yes to those two, then
Öland
probably.
is done. I'm done as well, probably, if the Leon hits, but... well,
Eat one of them. Eat one of them. Thank you.
Oh, you are
Come on, secondaries.
Vladivostoking?
Come on, secondaries. Just do it. Oh, secondaries were not fast enough.
Well, you should, I don't know, send them to Eastern Front or something.
Naughty boys. Vasil. Oh, it's Vasil in the Orkan.
And I'm continuing to stalk the Lyon, but yeah, well, I mean, we are almost done here.
Wandering Bread is asking, will we ever see a camo similar to the Petros or Stalingrads for the Kremlin, like a special white perma camo? I'm not
by
aware.
the way, is anyone switching like the views or something?
I am sometimes, but you need to tell me when something crazy is happening on your screen.
You
because
know, we have someone here with the buttons.
Yeah, but you have to remember, I don't have a live view of your stream. I see it with the
I
delay.
didn't have it last time either, and you insisted I do it, so earn your pay in the comfy chair. You
Anyway.
wanted comfy chair?
Before I was rudely interrupted by Tuccy, Wandering Bread, I'm not aware of any plans to add a camo like this. I mean, it's of course possible in the future, but since we've completed that arc, I don't think there's going to be anything new for the Kremlin in the foreseeable future.
So, Vasil, I hope it's going to be it for you. Oh, 4 HP, I wanted to say. There we go. Okay, so where's that BB? Oh, that's still the Lyon back there.
It's still the Leon, yes.
Are you still fighting him? Ah, there we go.
Yes, I am. Well, I'm stalking it. I can't really afford to open confrontation, but...
Whoop. Yeah, not the craziest of battles, but overall we did our job. We had some fun pushing things. We got to torpedo something, and I hope you were able to see what that armor can do close up.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the pitfalls of having a good team. The battles are usually like uneventful.
Well, I mean, it's not like it was uneventful. We were actually quite close to the action, but
yeah,
it was
but
over
like,
a bit too fast.
Yes,
too quickly.
Without enough personal glory.
Oh, look at all of your missions.
I got Warhammer containers.
Nice.
Do you want to show it?
Can you? Yes, open
Yes,
please.
I will.
So if you guys,
I will check all the missions that I'm.
So if you guys bought the early access to Warhammer 40k that was on sale 2 weeks ago, then starting with the update 0.9.5, the missions were credited to your account, so you now can earn these containers.
There's a question from I don't know, I can't pronounce it, dude.
So the containers are here.
Can I?
Just let him show the camos first.
Okay, I'm fine.
Yes, you have just done something very terrible to Mr. Conway. You told him to sit down and shut up.
No, I just figured that you can show without talking, but that's okay.
Well, okay. So I'm opening the corn container, and I got some 5 chaos camouflages.
Yes, because these containers can contain the premium ships. They can also contain the consumable camouflages, and it depends on what side of the Warhammer factions you are with these containers. That defines what kind of stuff you find in there.
Okay. And the Emperor protects.
Does he?
And there you go.
Yes. Protector of the Faith.
Sorry,
And
Mr.
let's
Can you-
show the camouflages on some nice big ship.
While
Yes,
Mr. Conway's
please.
talking, yeah.
No. I was going to say, please show the camouflages. They look really cool. So the question was, do you feel the introduction of the Nevsky and Petro will affect the competitive meta at all? I think any new ship will affect the competitive meta, especially in the beginning when people try out and see how it works. But whether or not they're going to become, like good choices in competitive, whether or not they're going to be used much, we'll have to see.
Well, and I know that this might be heresy, but I think the chaos assets rule.
Yes, I completely agree. It is heresy.
Yeah,
And
I hope there is no commissar around, but or inquisitor, but this is just so beautiful.
Yes, indeed. And guys, we will have a special Warhammer stream next week, next Friday. So if you want to see more Warhammer stuff, feel free to join us. Did you already put it into the calendar?
It is in the calendar, yes. I hope our new camera will arrive by then.
Okay, so what now?
Let's play Aegir again. Like, I need to play Aegir again to deal a bit more than 60k damage.
I'll inform the chat.
Digital Demon is asking, any chance CVs get a big nerf or go away? DD play is suffering. So Digital Demon CVs going away, very, very unlikely. CVs getting a nerf, I mean, we still might make changes to CVs. It's too early to say. But as soon as we have more information, we will let you know.
There's a serious question from Volker802. You know why I know it's a serious question?
Because of his name?
No, he says serious question, guys.
Oh.
He says, if I'm in a CV and I torpedo myself, will it count as a team kill? And the answer is yes. And also, please don't.
Yes.
I would even go so far and say, depending on the situation, I would definitely count it as unsportsmanlike conduct. So please don't do it, because you're, going into a realm of where you might get touched,
feel the wrath of the Emperor
by our
and the
banhammer
banhammer,
if you
yes.
do this.
Okay.
Wandering Brett is asking, with Slava now on the horizon, is there any idea plan for how it will be released? There is a plan, an idea formed in the brain of Wargaming. But we're not ready to talk about it yet.
Okay, I'm ready, so let's start the countdown.
I have to say, this is annoying. Next time
So,
you move back there.
5,
You move back there.
4, 3, 2,
I agree.
1, go. Someone is telling you what to do, right?
Yes, I don't like it.
No, we're gonna rotate this back again. I mean, as much as I love the comfy chair, I'm worried that in future there'll also be soft cushions, so I'd rather go back there.
And in the meantime, I will drop in the chat again a link to the survey.
Mm-hmm.
And I will also drop into the chat a link to the fix for the Dockyard opening problems.
Commander Wesley saying, the Odin is starting to look interesting. Thank you for playing it. Commander Wesley, my pleasure. And I hope that in general, when it comes to the ship, just take a look at how it's played. Watch other people play it if you're not sure whether you want to get it for yourself. But overall, yes, it has less HP, but as you can see, it doesn't hurt you as much as you think it does, because you have good armor and you have a lot of good traits going for the ship, ranging from secondaries.
So where do you want me?
To the main caliber guns. You have torpedoes, you have hydro, so all of these aspects, if used properly, right? I mean, the Odin's guns are not going to be as powerful as, for example, Yamato's in terms of like penetration, but it's going to make it a really great cruiser hunter, because you're not going to over penetrate as much as with other battleships. So it's always pros and cons. Figure out whether you would like to have this ship, and then make a decision whether you want to spend the runes on it or not.
Dr. Malagawi, what's the benefit of buying the starter pack for Dockyard? Well, the main benefit is that you get 8 levels with a discount, so that's one of the benefits. The other benefit is that from then on you can just continue with the directives, and the last stages that you will get after obtaining the Odin will gain you some steel. So it's like it's the middle way if you don't really want to go full ham. On the other hand, if you also don't want to go for the full discount.
Yeah. October. Oh, sorry.
Kyoms was asking, will it be possible to get HoloLive captains for free? Guys, in terms of the HoloLive collaboration, please wait for some official news on our portal.
So October was saying, hey, give Moskva improved pen angles. October, the Moskva is very well balanced, and at this point we're not planning to make any changes.
Yeah. Prosnax is asking, are there any guarantees to get the Warhammer ships by getting the DLC? So Prosnax, the ships will just be for sale. So if you just remain patient a little longer, you will be able to buy them.
Launching a salvo of Chaos torpedoes, even though it's a bit at the max range, but with the torpedo reload booster I can afford it. And
is that Drake turning into you again?
What? Sorry?
The Drake, was it turning back into you again?
Yes, I think it was, and it might be turning actually into the torpedoes. Okay. So I wouldn't complain if it does. But I'm probably heading towards B, because the A is I don't like the amount of cruisers there.
Nice. Our Holland actually topped the enemy Hayate out of the game.
Digital Demon is asking, any chance you ever play or would consider playing on NA so we Americans can play with you guys? Absolutely. Actually, this is something...
Make a date. Just make a date.
I'll
now.
make a date, yes.
Okay, we can't do it next week, but we could do it the week after.
And
Yes.
also sometimes we are doing a public test service stream where you can join us without any issue.
Yeah, so that's actually a good point, but we wanted to revisit NA anyway.
Yep.
So let's try and do that.
Do you hear NA, guys? We'll be poaching in your territory.
I've been poaching there a bit more often, like 8 weeks ago, but I'll need to get back to the NA server. It's a quite fun server to play on. So where is that?
Because you don't care about your stats?
I always care about my stats, unfortunately.
Evan says, you'll be what? Evan, I believe the word is recolonization.
And I think Evan's words are going to be expelled.
And Food Printer just says, enable your naval battles then.
Yes,
But we stream
absolutely.
on Thursdays. There's no naval battles on Thursdays, I'm sorry.
We do enable our naval battles, well, at least some of us.
Yes.
But yes, Evan, yes, as in playing on NA. Wow.
So right now I'm
It's
quite
amazing. It's like we just mentioned, hey, we're going to play on NA, and already Food Printer comes and says, we have guns here.
It also triggers half of the American team, so we'll be playing with you, hopefully.
I think all of the American team is actually watching our stream right now.
Yes, there's a lot of
It's
familiar
stream team
faces.
building. Tucky, we'll actually need you in that cap in front of us. That would be nice.
Okay, I'm...
Because there's a lot of stuff, and there's definitely a DD inside of that. And
I'm
that's probably the
repositioning that,
Friesland.
but
I know you don't
I-
want to deal with the Friesland. Oh, no, actually, maybe it's the Azuma.
I cannot deal with the Friesland.
Well, we as a team will have to deal with it.
Happerforder says, I'm better armed than most European towns.
That's possible.
I think that's
I
probably true.
don't doubt that.
And Evan is just here to police the leaks. Well, Evan, I think so far we've been pretty leak-free. So far.
Maybe Evan wants to create leaks.
Yes, absolutely, Evan. You can use your prerogative to... Oh, no, do you still have that prerogative?
I'm just trying to decap here, but I won't be able to decap the Friesland.
Yeah, pity our Kremlin went to the place where there is a traffic sign that battleships shouldn't go there, but...
Yeah, some people just want to be rebels, I guess.
Yes. On the other hand, I hope that my torpedoes might connect with the North Carolina.
Oh, the Drake. The Drake might have a lot of the cap points.
Food Printer
Oh,
said,
I'm radared. I'm going away, but the North Carolina is no more.
Food Printer says, we're all watching the stream after you tried to pronounce the nickname of that nipples guy.
Is that also the reason why you're armed now, to protect yourself from Mr. Conway? And your nipples?
Do you mean lick my sweaty nipples? Is that what
See,
you're talking about?
now it works.
Yes.
Now he says it.
It's too late now anyway. It's been clipped.
It's been clipped.
it's-
If somebody wants to share that clip,
I already
it would
did.
be very much appreciated.
What do you mean? But no, somebody shared it with me already. I already.
No, but I mean in chat, so people can click on it and
I did.
it receives the attention that it deserves.
I did.
Okay, good.
Okay, torpedoes.
That should be the raid words. Yes.
No.
Anarchy Tommy, thank you.
I'm laying a torpedo carpet.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bit like our team is very heavy on the other flank, and I'm just playing this like a battleship while it's not supposed to be played that way. But as soon as the Yamato realizes that I'm soaked in wet armor paper for him, I will be in trouble.
Well, I hope the Yamato realizes that he's getting a salvo of torpedoes up his torpedo bulges. So, but he has a nice nickname, the Mustache Man.
Oh no, he realized there's a cruiser reversing, disguising as a battleship. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, bro. Yes, focus on something else. Thank you. Okay. So usually I advocate for AP, but on that Yamato, I'll go for HE because I don't really have better target right now.
I mean, he dodged.
That Kurfürst is unfortunately out of range.
He found a perfect battleship-sized gap in the.
Might have been the Friesland hydering fin.
Yeah, probably.
It's
But
bit of a
our
boring gameplay here. I'll just switch over.
second
Sorry.
part of the team seems to be rolling them from the flank.
I showed you the super aggressive playstyle the other match. Now I'm showing you the more conservative playstyle.
Oh, there's the Holland. The Friesland.
As long as it's a land, right?
Yes, exactly. Holland, Friesland, something land.
The Yamato just okay. That's the problem now. The Friesland is going to try to fire me, and it's gonna be fun.
I'd try to close into the Friesland, but his Hydro will probably.
I'll just try to fall back into concealment for now. It's probably my best
Oh,
chance
actually,
of
the Yamato is
surviving.
closer to me than the Friesland now. Lol.
So, yeah, I need to heal up a bit here. You are very unlucky with your torpedoes.
Well, I'm launching them from bad angles because I listened to you.
And that's the reason why we can at least pressure these guys and not
Yeah.
completely fold on this one.
Yeah, but yeah, the Yamato is now pushing quite a lot. But how is our Thunder doing? Oh, he's catching the shells for you, so
Mm-hmm.
that's.
Oh, come on, Yamato.
Yes, he will burn.
Deep61 is asking, why is Shipyard collection not active? Deep61, the collection was aimed at the different shipyard, but I'm sure there will be another opportunity to complete it in future if you haven't yet.
Okay, cool. So at least we delayed it a bit. I hope the other flank can push really hard.
I think they will be able to.
Stu Baker's asking, how do chat bans work? I have been chat banned even though I haven't been using chat. Stu Baker!
I've heard this so many times, and then I go check the chat logs.
Stu,
And it's not
I'm like, honestly, like, in all my time working in wargaming, in customer support, and all around, I really have never seen anybody who got a chat ban without using chat. In fact, I believe in World of Warships, it is physically impossible to get a
Yes,
chat ban
it
if you
is.
don't use the chat, because we know you didn't use the chat, so we're not going to chat ban you. If you really want to know why you got chat banned, I suggest sending in
Okay,
tickets to
I
our
connected with the
sport team.
Bismarck. But you seem to need help out there.
Well, I mean, I'm just running away trying to make them pay for each meter, but the angles are not that great.
Yeah, I'm going there. And
Shooting by accident, if you're having trouble downloading the update and you can't fix it, please head to our customer support portal and send in a ticket, and we'll gladly assist you.
okay, there's their Aegir. Ah, there is a Kurfürst. And with a bit of luck, he wouldn't know about me.
Hard Target UK is asking, how do you get the Tier 9 Aegir? Very easy. It is available in-game for free experience.
1 million
Or
Or in the
Premium
premium
store.
shop for money.
Up to you.
Hot Boy is asking, what is the Twitch guest? I'm guessing you're saying you want to mean you want to say quest, and I think you mean mission that you got. The mission is available for you in your combat missions in-game in the new interface. If you want to know more about our Twitch missions, you can also head to our portal, where we will have where we have an article that explains exactly what missions you get and what you need to do and what you get as a reward.
Sitting at 1.8 million, and I hope we
Nice.
can just like potential damage and just trying to survive here.
Frost J is asking, when is the Belfast going to be available again? Frost J, she probably is not. Sorry to have to just say it, but yeah.
I mean, outside of like special occasion containers like the Santa crates. How are your torpedoes looking?
Oh,
nice,
my
very
torpedo's
nicely.
connected. Please finish him off.
Oh,
he
he's
will
flooding?
flood?
He's-
No.
okay.
No, set him on fire. That should do it.
I hope that AP shell will do it.
Panzer74 says, okay, so no Belfast, no biggie, but what about the Flint? So the Flint was actually removed from sale for steel just now, and we said that for at least 6 months she won't be available, after which she will be reintroduced for coal.
I was so looking forward to the second salvo of torpedoes connecting with the gear.
So
now, Tuccy, just to rub it into your face, when you usually complain that we talk
Yes,
too much, you
I
talk
know.
too much. You just interrupted Mr. Conway.
I know.
yes, so if you want your Flint, just relax and you can buy her for coal, maybe at the end of the year.
So not the most like suspense battle we had there, but we managed to actually hold off the enemy team for quite a while on this flank. Got 2 million potential damage. So you can see that even though it has not the best armor pattern in terms of bow and stern, but with that side we're able to actually bounce quite a lot of shells and drag this on for quite a long time. And look at Tuccy getting the top XP score here for doing the right thing, defending the right cap and making the enemy pay for each meter towards Chrysanthos.
Well, I was a glorified bodyguard, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
No, actually, I
well
have
done.
94k torpedo damage. How much do I have spotting? 74,000 spotting damage, so that also contributes.
Yes, absolutely. So, guys, do we want to play one last match together? I'm in the mood of playing one more.
I think, yeah.
What about you? You want to go home or?
No, but okay, fine. No, it's okay. I'm in the
You don't like
comfort-
chat, Mr. Conway?
I'm in
Tell
the
us more.
comfort-
Tell us more. Why
Chat's
don't you
being
want
a bit
us to
salty,
continue?
but you finished the game and didn't even switch to my camera.
Like we switched to your camera.
Yes, and you
no.
can also start preparing
Maybe
the
it's
hashtag.
Mr. Sulky Way today.
Mr. Sulky Way. No, it's
Yeah.
fine.
And you can start picking up who to raid.
Yes.
I have an idea already.
Shadow 2K1 says, Acrosantus, there we go. I forgot your name. How could you? How could you? Shadow. We've known each other for such a long time.
I just don't know. I just don't know if the person who I picked is going to be entirely happy with the copy pasta that we have planned. So I think we need to pick someone else.
Okay. I'm not sure about your choice then, but
So, what ships are we taking?
chat, do you want to see Odin again? Do you want to have some Odin fun? Come on. It's the day.
Is there a
day for
chat
Odin.
program you have available to you that I can message you on?
I have MS Teams.
Okay, that's fantastic. I'm logged into your account, so I will
You
message
just send yourself a message. Let me double check. And we still have one spot open in division. So if you want to division up, just send a message to Chrysanthus again. So,
So
Yes,
tier 8,
could
what
you-
should I take?
so Conway, could you also just send the content you wanted to send instead of just hello?
That's no fun, is it? We could, or we could just go and force someone to change the language of their stream by overwhelming them with people who speak a different one.
Abdelatif Shuli, World of Warships, how to get more XP? I get kills, but not too much. Well, for one, you get more XP in random battles in case you are playing co-op. For two, premium account helps. And all the various signal flags help. You can get the signal flags for missions, you can get the signal flags for participating in public tests. And if you use them strategically on the ships that you want to push, you can get a very nice boost to your ship's grind. So that's how you get a lot of XP. And obviously you have to do the right things in the battle. So for example, depending on your role, basically. If you are a battleship, then most of your XP will probably be coming from damage, but if you like to play destroyers, then you will be getting a lot of XP from capping, from spotting, and stuff like that.
So, my Odin is ready for action.
Your Odin is ready for action. We have Dolek.
I invited Dolek, yeah, he asked whether he can join.
Well, sure thing. And I'll take... What shall I take?
Sturgis is asking, what are your thoughts on the current balance between the planned German torpedo bombers and the other nations' squadrons? Sturgis, the honest answer is, I don't know. I haven't tried them yet, to be honest. I didn't get to play them yet, so I can't really make any statement. And since it's still in very early testing, I think it's not the best place to talk about their balance just yet, but rather later on when they're in a more finalized state.
I think I will take a ship that I didn't take for a long time. Z23.
Oh, nice. If you use them like Chrysanthus does, which means not at all, you will have 1 million by the time you retire. Look,
yes.
Guys, I'll show you this, right? With a beautiful.
Please,
exterior.
chat, tell him how silly he is being.
I'm not silly like about
Yes,
this.
yes,
I'm
you
just.
are.
I'm just. Look, if I have a ship like the Odin, I will think about, what looking at the ship, right? It's a battleship. What am I going to do with it? Then I'll pick flags accordingly. Like, for example, okay, I want to have better reload time for consumables. Ship maximum speed is going to help me. Not reading up, right? I don't really need like free XP right now or credits, so that's why I'm not boosting it. Yes, I could use them. I could do that right now, but I would actually do that on tier 10 to be as efficient as possible. But otherwise, it's like, okay, I don't want to run out of this. We could actually take this by now. But otherwise, I don't know. Secondaries. Okay, secondaries, that one we should have taken.
Detonation?
I believe that we won't detonate. Jinxing myself for the next match.
So let's get ready for the countdown. So battle in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Tuccy's countdowns are really unnecessarily aggressive.
Yes. He's almost German.
Tuccy is one of the most German Czech people I know.
Lex Mechanic says he would like to thank you, Mr. Conway, for the new upcoming whale emblem, the 350 ships.
You're very welcome. Yes, you're very welcome. I think we should have gone higher, or like at least added another level, because
there will be more.
Yes, we will. Yeah, there will be
I'm
more.
sure if we can add 350, we can add more. We have enough confidence in the game that there will be many more.
Is there a space for 1 trillion credits? I don't think anybody's got there yet, so let us know if you do.
Please send your unused signal flags to me because I actually use them. Look, Kanu Knut, it's not like I don't use them. I use them, but I'm being conscious about when to use them. And as you can see, it's not like I'm missing credits or free XP or whatever. I don't know. It's just the way I started playing, and I still play the same way as I did like 3 years ago in that sense. I know other people play differently, but just my way.
But I'm glad you guys are chuffed about the emblem. The reason it's there is because people on the EU forums poked me and said, like, we have too many ships, need new emblem.
Well, I think Scale Up 123 was actually a guy who was asking in the port chat what's happening when I started doing the countdowns there. So it's
you woke the dragon.
Yes, and he's bringing a Kaga. So I think we will. I'll stick like closer to you and.
Wondering Bread says, on the subject of credits, will there ever be a large credit sinking game? I'm nearing 2 billion credits and need to offload them. Look, I suggested doing a solid gold permanent camouflage for 1 billion credits, but so far it hasn't been taken up. But I think this is something that we'll do eventually. Not the solid gold camouflage, but like something for you to spend credits on.
By the way, we're playing against the same division as last match.
SD50 first. Ever had a Bayern detonating under your ass from the first salvos in 3 matches in a row? Well, I did. Use the flag.
Mr. Nico says, I second the flag keeping. I will usually utilize them on my current ship. I'm researching or grading accordingly. Yes, Mr. Nico, but Chrysanthos has so many flags and he keeps acquiring new ones. He could probably, I don't think he would run out of them.
Because I earned them.
Even if he would keep using them.
So, No, but it's just the enemy division is the same, partially the same division we met last match. Actually, the Aegir, we meet again. So I think they are definitely successfully counting with you.
I think they are stalking us, yes.
By the way, I'm going to help you on B. I just don't want to get ruffle stomped by being too pushy.
Fuel Hauler says he wouldn't suggest to his friends that they play World of Warships in his current state because he doesn't dislike them enough. So Fuel Hauler, so you dislike World of Warships so much, yet you play World of Warships and you're here in the World of Warships stream. This is very strange to me.
And actively talking with us. So come on, it
Yes.
can't be that bad. Good fight, good night, Crazy Fox. Same to you.
Seaman USMC says Tuccy is from Sudetenland. Is this correct?
No, this is incorrect.
Fake news.
Fake news.
I'm from the Central Bohemia, so...
So, when will you remove CVs from the game? Rizzy, we won't.
Any chances for the Ise class battleship CV in the future?
Well, never say never.
Never say never. We've already talked about like doing hybrids like Tone and Ise, like many times. But you know, it requires completely new game mechanics, and while I'm sure this is something we want to do eventually, there's no concrete plans to do anytime soon.
Sorry, I just had to laugh. There was an enemy turret shooting HE, dealt 1k damage to me. He showed me broadside. I shot AP. I gave him 14k. The way it's supposed to be.
Rob42 says, best way to remove CVs from the game? Well-aimed munitions.
Well, I mean, a properly used O key sometimes also can rebalance a CV pretty nicely. Especially with the European DDs, I like to use them as flak traps.
Can I make this turn? I think so. Yes.
Devney says, any chance we will get an in-game option to change the refresh rate? I wasn't aware it's a big issue, to be honest. It's like a thing, I think, a feature most people would not be using. If there's a big need, maybe we can add it. I know that it's possible at the moment with modifying the settings file. So if you really want to, you can. But I guess it's not ideal.
Okay, I did some bit of tactical beaching here, but...
Are you fine?
Yeah, I am fine, but I would appreciate you coming out from behind that island, because I'm going to try to hydro that Z23.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to...
Oh, spotted. No need to hydro him, and he's pretty down on his luck.
Cool. Yeah, let's highlight him. It's always something I would, in general recommend everybody to do. Is if you... Oh, nice. There was a nice hit. We got the Donskoy. Sorry, I couldn't show it to you. The function in the game, right, to chat with each other and to highlight targets is very often underused, because it's so important to highlight the targets you need to be taken care of. And maybe
Guys, where are you?
look, I cannot turn into you over there. I'm sorry. Oh, we got a bit unlucky here.
Well, I'm done.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to turn over there because I don't have any other option than to just keep turning away. Then, sorry.
Devney, send me a forum PM, please. I'll see if we can do something about the it being changed with the update at least.
Huh. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tucky. I would have liked to help you. I just didn't think you would go that deep. So get another citadel here. Nice.
Demand 23 1088. If someone is giving you a hard time because your win rate is under 55%, don't pay any heed, because that's still pretty good.
Look, the approach to this is, if people are being dicks to you in chat about how what your win rate is and so on, don't listen to them. But one thing you should do is, if people are trying to help you improve in the game, it's worth listening. What they're telling you, because depending on how you play, it's always important to play as a team, right? To communicate a lot and to just be one team and work together. And you will oftentimes, meet players with, a bit more experience, or it might just be trying to help you, improve your positioning and so on, to consider what they say and not take it super personally if they're just trying to help you. So that's, it's a two-edged sword in that regard. But overall, there's no matter how you play the game, nobody should be, harassing you. That Kaga really wants to drop me here. Did a long range drop here, right? No? Okay. There's the Kaga. Can we get you, buddy? Or did he slow down? No, might still get him. Oh, dispersion. What are you doing? And for that one, we get a citadel. At least something. Ooh, there's a lot of shit down here. Game Center isn't installing new updates or any games with Warships or the things, so public test what to do. Maybe try to... That was harsh on the Edinburgh. He didn't mount the detonation flag. So for that aspect, I would try to repair the Game Center and see whether that helps for you. Hello, Drake. Please don't turn too much. No. Not too much. Connie, don't do it. Connie, I know you're watching the stream, but don't do it. I was a bit too greedy here, and the Massachusetts spanked me a bit.
Skillnet is asking, will you ever add the crosses to the historical camouflage of the Bismarck like at the Ordine?
I don't think it's planned, but we can check.
It's a good question.
But it's a good question.
Yes. Send me a PM on the forums.
Mindwise NL, Rear Admiral Jingles coming as captain. Rear Admiral Jingles already is there as a captain.
Although yes, we do need to
so
find a way for you guys to get Jingles if you haven't got Jingles yet.
Yes, we should rerun it because he is already in the game in the captain, and yeah, when was he introduced? Last fall?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think last autumn. Yeah.
Sorry, Dolek. Hope we won't collide here too much.
When do we get the Warhammer 40k ships? I can't tell you at Oath of Argos, but I can tell you that we're going to be running a special stream dedicated to our Warhammer 40k collaboration next Friday, right here on this channel. Type !schedule to find out when, like in your time zone.
So, Connie, I think it's time for you to meet the fishies. I'll do the introduction.
Sleep with the fishes.
Can my secondaries do the job? No. Okay, Massachusetts. You've been hiding all this time with your brawling battleship. Oh, no, that's actually a nice launch of torpedoes here.
Fleet Commander says, if the team loses, then there's nothing you can do, even if you were the top scorer in the match. It's true. Sometimes you will have a game that no matter how well you play, you can't win. And that's just something you have to accept. You have to do your best. And over like a large amount of battles, you will definitely make a big impact.
Yeah, I mean, but always do what you can. Like, we had this quite often on the stream where, this, like, for example, a lot of droids saying, oh, this battle is lost. And then, oh, actually, we managed to turn it around. So just believe in, just believe in it until the last minute. Because if you believe that the match is lost, just look at how much we bounce here. If you believe the match is lost, you will not play as you would play if you think you could win. And that means you won't do a decent job in the game. it's just psychology, right? If you think the game is lost, you're going to do stupid moves, you're going to show too much broadside, you're going to be greedy to get at least some damage done in that match, right? Just treat it as a match that you can still turn around. At least try. Yeah, maybe it's already lost, maybe. But maybe, you still manage to turn it around. And these are the best matches in the game, at least for me. If you have this game, it's like everything is going wrong in the match, and then somehow you turn it around, that gives you, just endorphins. It's just, I don't know, for me, what makes this game great is that you have such a variety of situations, even though I've played this game for over 13,000 matches by now, and it still manages to surprise me at times. And, there are plenty of battles where you either think you've won it or you've lost it, and it actually gets completely flipped around. And the same thing is true for, one of the things I hate the most is when people claim the match is lost when the game hasn't even started yet.
Oh, it's terrible.
And this is for me one of the one of the most
usually kind of
stupid things you can do.
Prophecy. That's
Don't do that. Treat it like the potential win that it can be.
Yeah. So since the stream is getting to the close, I will spam the survey once more.
Yes. And we are going to be lining up a very special and fun little raid here as well. And remember, lick my sweaty nipples will be the catchphrase for today.
Can you spam it into chat?
I will spam it, yes.
It might actually be auto-modded by any channel. Check it whether it's auto-modded.
No, I don't think so. It wasn't for us. We add a hashtag to it. So this is today's hashtag.
So before we send you off, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're going to have a lot of fun with update 0.9.5. As usual, please send us your feedback and what you think about the update and all of the new things we added, especially with changes to the mission UI, changes to the Armory, the preview option now for ships and camouflages, and all of these nice things. And with that, I'll just say goodbye. I will see you next week. Probably not on Thursday, but on Friday on a special stream around Warhammer. And with that, I'll hand over to Mr. Conway.
So what you're saying is you're ditching me for the Thursday stream?
No, I actually already arranged for you to ditch it as well and hand it over to Tuccy and Lord of Droid.
Completely alone?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So we can focus on Warhammer.
Fine. Okay, I'm happy with that. So yeah, thank you very much for. Actually, Tuccy, you should say goodbye first.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks to everyone who played with us. Oh, wow, the camera is really weird.
There's a slight difference between that camera and that camera.
Yeah, I know. That's the yes.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and well, have fun, and see you around next week.
Are we looking at me again? I don't know what's happening.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure as always. We are going to be rating one of our newer European community contributors. His name, I won't release it right now, right? He has almost no followers on his Twitch channel because he is actually someone who does YouTube content. He does really nice in-depth tutorials and guides on how to play ships well. He's a nice guy. He, I believe, is an Irishman, and I'm sure he's going to appreciate our little. I hope he's going to appreciate a little raid. So he currently has a follower goal set on his channel, on his Twitch channel, for 200 followers, guys. And I think if he doesn't have at least 1,000 followers at the end of this raid, I'm going to be sorely disappointed in you. So please, as Mr. Lord of Droid would say, do the needful, and I'll see you guys next week for the Warhammer stream. Thank you very much, and yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care.